Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Simply BI. My name is Harshit and today we are going to understand about how do we create a simple dashboard in Power BI. So to create the simple dashboard I am using a data set of Zomato from Bangalore city, right? So now let us first load the data in Power BI and then we start building our dashboard, right? So now I am going to click on the get data button and then I am going to select the file type, okay? So here the file type is text CSV, just select the file and then click on open. Now, whenever we are working on creating any report or dashboard, it is very important that we have a clear cut data, we have the necessary columns, and we have the clean data, okay, containing error free data. So now I'll just click on the transform data tab, and then from here it will open up the Power Query editor. So very first thing which we are going to do here is we are going to remove the unnecessary columns. Okay, I don't need the URL column. Okay, so let me just first select the columns. I don't need this URL. I don't need this address column as well. Then if I scroll further over here, I don't need this phone number column as well. Okay, then the next thing is I don't need dish like column. I don't need review list column and menu item as well. Okay, then remove columns over here, the one I have already selected. Okay, great. Now let's fix some errors. Okay, I can see in the rate column there are some empty values over here. Okay, so I'll just click on here drop down and then I'll click on remove empty. Same thing I'll check with other columns as well. Okay, so here also restaurant type, there are also some empty values, so just click on this and then remove empty. Now one thing to note here in this rest type, if I see the values over here, so there are so many options, right? And I don't want that my data should look much heavy over here. So you can see that there are so many options for restaurant type. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove, or I'm going to remove the columns over here, and then I'm going to remove some of the categories over here, and I will be only selecting few categories. Okay, so let's remove the categories first. So how do we do that? Select the column. Okay, go to this transform tab and then extract over here. Then we are going to use the text before delimiter only, and here our delimiter is a comma. Just enter comma and click on OK. Okay, so now you can see that the column here is more organized, and then from here we are not going to select each and everything. We are just going to select few of the restaurant types. Okay, so for example I'm just going to select bakery over here, cafe. Then I'll select some dhabas. Then I'll select quick bites, pubs, and let's say food court. Okay, so these are the few restaurant type I have selected for building a simple dashboard. Click on OK. Okay, now everything as of now looks fine over here. So what we are going to do, we are just going to close and apply and load the data in Power BI desktop. Okay, so this will take some time depending on your internet speed and the size of the data set. Fine. Now you can see that the data has been loaded. So we are before creating a Power BI desktop, it is very essential that you choose a particular background. Okay. So to select the background, you can just go to this format tab and in this canvas background. Here, either you can choose from any of the colors, okay, or you can also insert any image of your choice. So I'm just going to insert one image over here, okay. So I'm just going to use this radiant image, okay, great. And here you can adjust the transparency also. So I'm just making it as 18% as of now. Great. So what we are going to do now, we are just going to start building our dashboard. So the very first thing which I'm going to add here is a slicer. Okay. So slicer for what? Slicer for all the restaurant type which is available. So just click on the slicers over here and drag and drop this rest type field over here. Rest type is restaurant type. Okay. Great. Now let's do some settings over here. Okay, I don't want this in the form of list. I'll want in a form of tiles. Okay, it looks very nice. Just adjust the width over here, and here only. I don't want the slicer header. Okay, I'll just turn it off. Now what I need is a title. Okay, so I'll make the title turn on, and I'll write the title name as restaurant type. Okay, restaurant type. Okay, here I'll make it as bold. Then text color I will select as white over here, and I'll select the background as, let's say, uh, purple background. Oh, sorry, purple is already here. So let's select a blue background. Okay, this one. Great. Then center align it. Okay. Same thing you can also do here with this options which you can see in the tiles. So how you can do that is close this window over the title window. Then in the values options over here. Okay. So here font color you can select as, let's say, pure black over here. Okay, make it bold so that it's more appealing. And background also, if you want, you can change the color. Okay, so here it is white color only. Then what you can do here is you can add the border also if you want. So now border is okay, fine for me, so I'm not going to add the borders. Okay, great. Now close this values over here. Okay, so now one thing also you can do here is, what you can do, you can turn on the background also if you want. Okay, so for here I have turned off the backgrounds. Okay, and let's see one more thing. If we try and if we remove the background from values also, if we can, uh, let's make it as a lighter orange color if it looks fine. Yeah, great. Okay, so now just add it over here. Great. Okay, so these are the restaurant types. Okay, then the next thing which we are going to add here is another slicer. Okay, and this time the slicer will be a book a table slicer. Okay, so let's add the slicer again. So it would be very easy if you can just click on this, click on copy over here and copy visual, so that the format will be staying over here. Okay, just click on paste. So you can see another type of slicer has been added. And here we are not going to use the rest type. Instead we are going to use the booker table. Okay, we are just going to drag booker table and then adjust the width. Okay, here. So now here again you can make some changes. Okay, here just change the title name to book book the table. Okay, book a table. Okay, great. And background is same, everything is same, just click on save. So from here, okay, one more thing, you can add a border over here so it is more convenient. Okay, so let's see if we can add a border over here. So background, if we turn it on, it is not looking good, so we will add just a visual border over here. And in this only we'll change the color as uh, red over here, and then we will make some round corners. Okay, great. So okay, it's red is not visible properly, so let's again change it to black only so that it is visually appealing. Okay, visual border color is black. Great. Okay, same thing, you can add the visual border here also and make it as 8. 8. Great. Okay, so here you can add this. Now the next thing which we will do here is we'll add a get chart over here. Okay, so what this get chart will do, let's understand. Okay, so again I'm just going to click and copy this format over here, and I'm going to paste, but this time I'm going to use the get chart. Now the get chart here, okay, you can select from drop down. This is the get chart available. Okay, so now here it shows blank over here. So now we will add the average bill amount over here. Okay, so which is in the approximately cost uh, for column. So just drag and drop this approximately cost over here. Okay, so now it is giving us the values over here. Now we will do some changes over here. Like, okay, let's see what are the changes we can do. So the very first thing which we are going to do here is data labels is on, and data labels, let's say font color I'll select as white so that it is more appealing. Display units is okay, fine, and make it as bold. Okay, now one more thing, we'll adjust the gauge also, gauge axis. Okay, so here the minimum value I'm entering is as 0 over here, and the maximum value I'm entering is as, let's say, 2000. Okay, great. But here the value here is automatically showing in millions, so we will change this display unit to be in none, or let's select this as thousands. Okay, so this 9 million is coming as sum. I don't want the sum. Okay, so I want the average of it. So just click here and then click on average. Okay, so this is the minimum value. Okay, average value of orders. Also some more modifications you can do here. Okay, like colors you can select. For fill color you can select, let's say, uh, we select a lighter color in here, that is this color. Okay, and what we are going to do here is we are going to make some more changes. Target label is okay, on. Data label is on, and that is fine. So here the color you can select it as white. Okay, this one. And one more thing, title. So this title here, it will be nothing but the average bill amount. Okay, this is the average bill amount. Also here you can do one more thing. Okay, that a little bit of adjustment also you can do. Let's say that we have these values over here, data labels. So what you can do here is, everything is fine, looks over here. In values the color is fine. If we turn on the target label, okay, so everything looks fine over here. Okay, call out value, it will be again, let's select it as bluish color. Okay, but it does not go with this color over here, so let's select a more darker color. It would be uh, this one. Okay, great. Make it as bold. Display units you can consider as thousands, or thousand doesn't look fine, so it is, let's say, none. Okay, great. So this is the average bill amount for the Zomato orders. Okay, so we'll arrange this once I have added all the visuals over here, right? Great. Now we are going to add a card over here. Okay, so let's add a card first. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do in that card. So here I have added a card. Okay, just a second. I'll just copy this one so that it is uh, I don't have to format every time. Okay, now from here in the drop down option, select the card. So in this card, I'm going to add the total votes. Okay, so just untick this and then go to total votes and then click on over here. Okay, so again it says sum of total votes. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to just count the total votes. Okay, so there is 22.16 total votes over here. So same thing, you can again format this option over here. Title, we'll edit it. So this is the total votes, we can say. Total votes over here. Okay, title is done. Then everything is fine. And let's say category level is on, and here we just select it as black, that is count of votes, make it as bold. Okay, or if you want you can turn it off also, that is total votes is 22.16k. Now here also one more thing you can do here is you can uh, turn the background on, but it doesn't make sense. Okay, for title you can do one more thing. Title is done, subtitle we don't need, and I'm just going to see where I can edit the this thousands one. uh, Category call out value, okay, it is in thousands, I'll make it as none. Okay, so 22,157 total votes is there. Okay, so just adjust the size a bit over here. And here also one more thing you can do here is you can add the background color. So let's turn it on and select the background color as light yellow. Okay, and then here we are just going to do one more thing. We are going to change the this font color to black. Okay, so font color just select is black over here. This is great. Nice. Okay, so now we are going to do one more thing. We are going to again add a card over here. So just copy this visual, paste this over here. Okay, and in this card I'm going to add do what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the average rating over here. Okay, so to get the average rating, there is a rate column over here. Just drag and drop this. Now one thing to note here is you are getting a blank value over here. Okay, so to fix this, let's go to our data. Okay, let's go to our transform data tab, and in this rating, okay, you can see the data type as ABC. Okay, so I'll fix this. I want the data type to be the decimal number. Okay, I did that, but I'm getting an error. Okay, so now let's fix this error, why I'm getting this. So here you can see that the ratings are 3.8 slash 5, 3.7 slash 5. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the only ratings, that is 3.8, 3.7. So again, just select the columns. To remove this slash 5, what I'm going to do, just go to transform tab over here, extract text before delimiter, and here our delimiter is a slash. Click on OK. Okay, now you can see that I have all the ratings over here. Just change the data type. Okay, and here again there will be some errors over here. So what we are going to do, we are going to fix this errors. So how to fix the errors, go to home tab, remove rows, remove errors. Great, now close and apply. Okay, so here once it is loaded, again you can see that the value will be populated 2.10. But here it is giving me the minimum rate. I don't want the minimum rate, so just I'll do is here is I'll count it. Okay, sorry, I want the average of the rating, so I'll just select the average. Great, so average here comes is 3.63. Okay, great, now this is done. All right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to add a column chart for the top 10 restaurants by the total votes. Okay. So how we will do this? Let's copy this visual first. Okay. So we don't need to format every time. Paste it over here, and we are going to add the top 10 restaurants. We are going to get top 10 restaurants by the total votes. So here, just drag and drop this. First, select the visual. Okay. I want the column chart. So here I'm going to drag and drop the name first over here, and then the total votes. Okay. So here I'm getting the data for the restaurants. Okay. Top 10 restaurants. But this is not a top 10 restaurant, right? I'm getting many values. So before that, before getting the values, let's first make some changes. Okay. So I'll name the first title as top 10 restaurants by, okay, top 10 restaurants, that's it. Okay, this is the name. Then what I'm going to do here is, here in the filter section under name, select the basic filtering to top 10 instead. Okay, enter 10. The data field here will be votes, and then click on apply filter. So now you can see that you have the values, but it is not visible. So you need to do some modifications. Okay. So let's do some modifications over here. Okay. Background is fine. Visual border is fine. Everything is fine. Then let's come to x-axis. Okay. So here in x-axis, the color I want is white. Okay. Then minimum height is everything is fine. Okay. Now let's come to y-axis over here, and in the values over here, okay, just make the color to white. So now it is more appealing over here. Then legends, what you can do, you can turn it on. The visual is referred to represent legend font to enlarge the visual. Okay, so now we'll enlarge the visual over here. Let's do some changes first. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, this is the top 10 restaurants by votes. So now here what you can do is we will add the we'll change this color. Okay, this color over here. So one thing you can do here is you can come here and the visual. Okay, so legends, you can turn it as on. So here I don't know why it is not getting on. Okay, that is fine. So now this is the basic visual, okay, by top 10 restaurants for this. Now here in x-axis and y-axis, you can remove this over here, this title name. So in y-axis, what we can edit is we don't want the title. And same for the x-axis also we will do, we don't want the title over here. So this is the top 10 restaurants by total votes. Okay, so if you want to change this color over here, you can do that as well. This visual color. So how you can do that is go to this data labels, first turn it on, so now it is visible. Okay, then here you can just go to this size and style. Okay, or wait, not in here, in then you can go here to columns over here and then change the color to whichever color you feel like. Okay, let's make it as uh, let's make it a little dark color so that it is a lighter color. Okay, so this is the color. All right, so this was already the previous one, so I shown you how to change the color. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to adjust our dashboard and okay, report. So we'll do it later. Let me just first show you some more visuals which we'll be adding. The another slicer we are going to add is for online orders. So what we are going to do, we are going to just add a slicer over here. So just select this, copy this, okay, and here paste it. So this time what we are going to do here is we are going to add a slicer for online orders. Okay, so just drag and drop this online order over here. First unselect this book table and then online order. Okay, great. So online order, just we need to rename this title. So that is online order. Okay, great. Now the next thing which we are going to do here is we are going to add a slicer for the locations as well. So just copy this visual over here, paste this again, and here we are going to add the locations. Okay, so just select the locations. This time for location, I am not going to select the tile option. Instead, I will be selecting the drop down, or you can select the vertical list also. Okay, so here in this way you can select the vertical list. Okay, and here if you want to search for the location, you can use the search option as well. Okay, you can type, let's say I want to type btm, so here you can just select for the btm also. Great. Now let's add one more thing over here, that is a slicer for the cuisines also. Okay, So for slices, I'll just copy this over here and I'll again paste it over here. Let me just first add it over here. Okay, so now one more thing, it is very important to rename this. Okay, so rename this title as location. Okay, and the last thing which we are going to add is slicer is for cuisines. So first rename this to cuisines and then drag and drop the cuisines over here. Okay, so now you have the cuisines. So now basically we need to adjust these thing. It's not looking good, so let's do the adjustment part over here. So let's make it a little bit small, this thing over here. Okay, yes, now shift it. The second thing, let's bring this down, let's bring this down. Okay, total votes, we will add it over here. Okay, and then we'll, okay, this is the total votes and this one is the average rating. See, again here we did not change the name, so here we need to change the name. Okay, this is the average rating. Okay, great, average rating, enter it. Now for here, just make it as here and then adjust the size. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. Just drag it over here a little bit, make it bigger. All right, now the second thing which we are going to see here is we are just going to adjust this over here for location. You can just type it over here or you can select it. Now here in the center, let's make it as average bill amount. Okay, here, or you can just do it later. So for location here, for cuisine is here. All right, okay. You can use the search bar also for searching any particular cuisine. This is the online orders. This is the book a table option. Okay, and here you can put the average bill amount. Then the top 10 restaurants you can add it here so that it is appealing. Now a little bit space is left. Okay, so what you can do here is you can add one more visual over here. Okay, so as I'm not logged in over here, so here what you can do is you can simply add another visual for, let's say, word chart also you can add, or let's say total restaurant names also, like how many restaurants are there. So let's add a total name over here. So this time, okay, I don't want the get chart, I want a slicer for this, or card. Let's add a card over here, and here I'll just count it. Okay, so total 20,000, 20.74K. Okay, this is the total restaurants over here, right? So now edit this as well. So here you can add the visual borders, everything is fine, just change the title name. So this I can say is the total restaurants. Okay, and here uh, the call out category label, you can just make that as white, or you can remove this also. Great. So now this is how you create a simple dashboard in Power BI. Okay, so this is just a Zomato dashboard. I hope this is clear to everyone. Like if you want to select restaurant type as dhaba over here, so now you can see that locations are there. Okay, cuisines are here, and the top 10 restaurants according to the dhabas is already over here. Let's select the BTM over here. So now you can see in BTM Sri Punjabi Dhaba is in the top 10. Okay, then if I select the Majestic over here, then Punjabi Dhaba is there. Now in Whitefield area, I can see that Om Sai Punjabi Dhaba and Aishwarya is the one. Okay. So this way you can select whatever progress you want, like whatever interaction you want to do with the dashboard, right? Great. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope the how to create a simple dashboard is clear to everyone. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please post your doubts and questions in the comment section. I'll try to take that up. Okay. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more.